Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Fintech Frenzy. Today, we have SoFi news, clearly. I mean, new 52-week high, $11.55. Congratulations to everyone. We have more news out of products that they've actually announced, or, well, I should say services that they've actually announced, and some new things that they're doing on the tech platform side. That's also very exciting. We've got some Nubank news, some Shift4 news, Robinhood news, and then we'll wrap it up, get it real quick, and then I'll let all you Americans get back to your election news and everything along these lines. So let's make a quick video. But there was so many nice things to cover that, we have to definitely make a video right now. So first off, if you guys haven't seen my video that I posted today, there was some very exciting news that ended up happening. Vadim found it on X. It was very exciting. And this is this article that was posted that was updated 1 day ago that says SoFi servicing. What is it? SoFi servicing is our servicer for all your student loan account needs. They're going to help with monthly billing, processing loan payments, maintaining the loan records, etc. Okay? Now, before, if you actually look back at Q2, this actually said explicitly on their 10Q that this was not an existing thing that they did for student loans. Okay. Some people got confused and said on my, YouTube channel, or sorry, the YouTube video that I posted about this, that SoFi servicing has been around for 2+ years. Absolutely. But you're thinking of the personal loan side. Personal loans, they service all of those loans. And in fact, whenever the loan platform business just opened up, they're also doing the loan servicing there as well for other members. They just made $5.5 million. But including that was this. I have a SoFi student loan currently serviced at Mohila. How will the transfer from Mohila to SoFi affect me? So they could potentially be looking to buy back loans from Mohila for the servicing side. And potentially, I mean, that could be a little bit costly. But the real exciting part is all the money savings of every new loan that comes in. Okay, so whether that's in Q4, 2025, etc., we don't exactly know. Now, the most exciting part, the loan platform business. Okay. We originate loans and service them for other institutions for personal loans. Could they also come to SoFi for private student loans, considering SoFi has a 60% market share in private student loans? And this is just another thing that as rates get cut and people come back for private loans, that SoFi can maintain a higher margin and potentially service other institutions while doing so. So not only to mention the compliance and better pricing on loans and data security issues and everything like this that will also be included there. But yeah, that is the update there. That's not the last of the news that has happened today, however, for SoFi. We do have some tech platform news. Now, this news is actually in Spanish, so let me go ahead and translate for you guys. All right, you guys read up here. I will just translate it. So this is just a live translation. Don't worry about what's down here. Today, we inaugurated our new offices at Buenos Aires together with our clients, press, and team. So you can see here, Galileo opened up a office in Buenos Aires, Argentina, and they're cutting the ribbon. Very cool. Okay, they flew down Derek White to do this opening, and obviously, you're doing that if you're seeing a lot of orders and more work being done down in Galileo, LATAM. So very cool as well. Super excited about that. Before we get into any other news, however, this was pretty exciting. Shift4 is a company that I'm going to be showing off their earnings results, all that fun stuff, which is going to come later on in this earnings season. But they actually put an acquisition in for 150 million American dollars or 200 million Canadian dollars to acquire this company, Givex. Okay. Essentially, what they are is they're like a, gift card company. They do a lot of that. Now, they also do point of sale terminals and these sort of things that make up for a small percentage of their business. But a lot of very big companies have gotten in bed with Givex because of their gift card program. Shift4 acquired them. I'm sure it's a mix of technology for gift cards, but also technology for point of sale and customer acquisition costs. Okay. They acquired the entire company, and this just got approved by Ontario regulators because they are a Canadian company. Now, let's go ahead and take a quick look at Givex's business really quick, just a 2-seconder, so we can get a quick understanding of what they do. Or sorry, not what they do, but how they perform. First off, for the 3-month period ending June 30th of 2024, revenue was at $21 million, up 7% year over year. Okay. Gross profit, $15.2 million, up 8%. Net income positive, okay, only $200,000. But that's versus a loss of $1 million year over year. So profitable company, high gross margins, high gross margins roughly around 75%. EBITDA 1.9 million, an increase of 224% or 224%. Transactional volumes increased 8%. Point of sale gross margins grew 12%. Customer locations increased. They had $24.2 million in the bank. Okay. So we actually acquired them for roughly about 175 million Canadian, or roughly, 137.5 million US, something along those lines. So pretty interesting acquisition. This is what Shift4 always does. I'll be doing some more updates on Shift4 after we get those earnings results. That's a very interesting company. We've made a lot of money doing so. Do we service student loans? Well, we will now. That's what this whole news is about. So they're going to be servicing student loans, but currently they have been doing personal loans, and they do not do home loans, not yet. I'm pretty sure the Wyndham Capital part was a large part of that as well, but I don't think it's fully transformed over yet. This is essentially like, for a lender, if I could put it into perspective for you guys, it's like getting a clearinghouse whenever you're Robinhood, right? Whenever you are a lender at the size that SoFi is, to sort of have another company collect those payments and use that data and all that stuff is just sort of, it's a little weak. We could definitely build something in-house. SoFi Servicing is exactly that, but now it's expanding to more, more parts of their business, which just makes SoFi even stronger. It completely makes them deeper within the AWS of Fintech. I think the loan platform business is also going to benefit like this very strongly. The only thing that I think was missing here is a press release. They should have done a press release, pump that stock up, and really show why this could be beneficial. Another reason why this could be beneficial is, what does Mohila do, right? They are a student loan servicing company, both on the private side, but also on the federal side. Could SoFi end up bidding for some of those, federal servicing agreements, and maybe even if we win small percentages of it, for example, that could be additional revenue streams for SoFi. Now, in terms of bringing them over to SoFi, I have hard times believing that that is something that would not be conflicts of interest. I was reading online that some other SoFi analysts and everything are getting very excited about the idea of, doing those federal student loans and then having the possibility of those federal student loans turning into private student loans. I don't know how much SoFi is going to be able to advertise to them. One thing it would help, I mean, if you're going into your bank statements and you're constantly seeing the name SoFi, that is brand recognition through and through. So maybe federal side is just a brand play with an added revenue stream, obviously. But, there's a whole bunch of things to consider. Knowing SoFi and their focus, they probably will not end up doing federal servicing, but it is an avenue for them to go after later down the line, or something along these lines, right? It's almost like their ability to go after bank sponsoring. They have that ability. They've done it once, but that's once out of 100 plus customers that they have. So a less than 1% take rate on being the sponsoring bank for some of these card programs. All right. Another quick thing that I want to talk about, and then This will just be a quick one, by the way. Here, let's stay on SoFi really quick. I was going to transfer off, but this might be pretty interesting for you guys. You tell me if this is good or bad news. I know some people swing either way. Cathie Wood, okay, sold Block, sold Palantir, but she also had 210,000 shares that she sold in her ARK K fund. Okay, 210,000 shares of SoFi sold. What do you guys think about that? This comes on the back of some news that I know that ARK's, venture fund is looking for companies outside of SoFi, or that, to offer their venture fund access to. I think they said that they were in talks with 3+ other brokerages. I don't think Robinhood was one of them, considering I was at the Robinhood summit and I watched a ARK employee go up to Vlad and ask him about this, but they could be one day. Her sell timing is horrible. I mean, yeah, she definitely has historical bad selling in some of her positions in the past. That is guaranteed. Now, I just recently spoke with Vlad Tenev for the third time on X. Okay, you guys can go to Future Investing and check that out. But one of the things that I found very interesting with that, and we spoke about their sort of them going after stable coins. And they said, nah, we prefer not to comment on this and everything like this. Well, introducing the Global Dollar Network. So Global Dollar or USDG is going to be a new stablecoin that is being built using the the assets of many different companies. Okay, so many companies are coming together, including Paxos, which is sort of the king, the highest player in the stablecoin space, and Robinhood are coming together to make this US dollar global stablecoin, which I think is quite interesting. And in fact, it's pretty far along. They already have a whole website and everything. You can join in as well as a partner. But yeah, they're on the map now. Okay. Fully backed 1-to-1, brought to you by a regulated experienced stablecoin issuer, which is going to be Paxos. Monthly reserve reports, so then you know that it's being backed 1-to-1. Yeah, this is very interesting. I know that Vlad Tenev is a very big proponent of these sort of blockchain tools, not only stablecoins, but also real world assets being digitalized. So, this will be very important, especially for stocks and stuff, even as they get more into blockchain there. But yeah, just another added benefit that could potentially lower costs for transacting dollars and potentially paying vendors and these sort of things. So interested to see how that plays out. I don't know. I'm not making a bet on whether USDG versus PayPal USD versus Circle or anything are going to be competing or not. Just showing you that this is a thing that is happening. Okay. Now, look at this. This was really, really interesting. Robinhood recently showed off. Vlad Tenev came out and he tweeted, hey, we went from 10 million contracts delivered to the next day we did 20 million in that day. And then they came out and said, hey, after broad release, we did 100 million. Well, they just came out and said, we did over 200 million contracts traded. And in fact, let me click through to Robinhood really quickly because I'm sure that they've just updated it. Update 300 million. Okay. Just roughly 11 hours later. And they are updating that they are now at 300 million event contracts signed, which is a rough $3 million that they've made on this in Q4 on event contracts that was not accounted for the revenue or for any revenue stream previously. Okay. So hopefully, people will continue to make bets on the presidential election and everything, and that this will continue up. I don't know when it actually stops the betting. I haven't looked at the actual contract itself, but people are still able to bet. Actually, in fact, I just checked. Donald Trump is in quite the lead right now, according to Kalshi. which is on a similar thing to Robinhood, and betting is still persisting. I mean, volume is just absolutely crazy right now and increasing. So Robinhood could be seeing a large benefit of this. So very interesting. Whether you're for one side or the other, the exciting part for me is that Robinhood is the winner for sure. And that's with all bear bull markets, cryptocurrency pumping, cryptocurrency crashing. The winners are the brokerages. That's the very exciting part. Now, to even help this bump near the end of the day, I also saw something at 7 p.m. Now, I don't know exactly whenever they bumped this. The earliest I saw was from No Stress Investing saying that they updated that he can now hold up to 50,000 contracts for either candidate, up from the previous limit of 20,000. Okay? That is also very interesting. So the potential for large dollar accounts to come in and bump up their total amount of earnings here could be huge. So the most that they could make per contracts per user was roughly around $200. Now it's $500. Is there going to be a potential 2.5x on some of the more whale clients that are looking to make large bets on the election? Now, each contract is literally $1. So whenever you see 300 contracts or anything like this, that's what we're talking. No, not talking about calls or leaps. No. We're talking about event contracts on the election. Sorry. But yeah, so that's happening. 300 plus million. Let's see if we can get it to 500 million, which was my original prediction, that they'd make $5 million extra dollars in this election. There would need to be a massive rush for that. But who knows? Let's see here. And plus, they were closed on a large percentage of Saturday, which I was not predicting at all, which I thought was not exciting. Yeah. I've got one more story for you guys, and then I'm going to let you go early, which is Nubank. Nubank updated that they've brought a lot of their more very interesting and great quality features from Nubank's Brazil to New Mexico. Okay. They have mobile recharges now. So you'll be able to, this is more for pay for use on cell phones. You'll be able to refill your thing directly in the Nubank app using your Nubank debit account. Okay. You can now increase your credit limits based on the amount that you save in a specific money box to say, hey, this is used as collateral. Please, if I go past my credit limit, start to eat into this collateral account, which is essentially making a credit card both unsecured and secured at the exact same time. Absolutely brilliant. Multiple virtual cards and temporary cards that will allow for you to sign up for experiences that might need your card information, or potentially you only want to pay for 3 months of a certain thing. This is actually in the customized credit limits. If you want to set a predefined spend limit for yourself, you can also do this. These are like cutting edge features for credit cards, just these three right here. And Nubank is delivering this to countries that their experience before this was mainly no credit card penetration at all, which is just absolutely brilliant. So people are going from a 1 out of 10 experience to a 10 out of 10 experience, where here in Canada or the United States, it's very hard to tell people to go from a 6 out of 10 experience to an 8 out of 10 experience, because it's not a large enough leap to want to make that switch, right? So, yeah, and they all do this with, no matching bonuses and extremely low cash back. I mean, most of the time, no cash back at all on their credit cards. It's just access to money that isn't theirs. So they can make high amounts on interchange fees and on revolving credit, and yet they do not have to pay high amounts for customer acquisition or retention. It's one of the most beautiful companies I've ever laid eyes on. And they'll be showing off their earnings very soon. I think it's November 13th. So can't wait for that. But ladies and gentlemen, this is a short 20-minute show of the FinTech Frenzy. Happy to be back. But obviously, I know that you guys are looking to get to your stuff. So please go ahead, watch the election, do what Americans do. I love you guys. Thank you so much for watching. But bye for now.